So there's a lot of talk right now about something called the AI bubble and whether this massive explosion in AI tools actually has a future. If you've been learning, creating or experimenting with AI to build digital products, this is something that could potentially affect you. So in today's video, I'm going to break down what the AI bubble actually is, why people think it's happening, and what this could mean for the future of AI tools in relation to digital offerings. So let's get right into it. Now, first things first, what exactly is an AI bubble? I'm sure you've probably come across this term so many different times on social media, across the news, and just on various different platforms. So I'm going to quickly define it just so that we're all on the same page as I move forward in this video. So a simple definition, generally speaking, when it comes to various different industries of a bubble is where there's more investment than what is being generated in terms of revenue. And a lot of people believe that this is what's happening in the AI space. If you didn't know, companies like OpenAI, ChatGPT, so on and so forth, they rely on investments from investors, whether it's institutions or whatever it is. And the issue with that is that people believe that they're not going to be able to recoup on the investments that they get in. And this isn't the case with just ChatGPT. This is the case with all of the popular AI tools that we're all used to. And to give you a clearer example of what I'm talking about, the last bubble that comes to my mind is the dot-com bubble. This happened in the early 2000s where all of these different internet companies were getting investments left, right, and center. And because many of them didn't really live up to the promises that they stated, it caused a massive shift in the economy. So many different internet companies at that time ended up failing, but many of them did survive, companies like eBay, Amazon, Google, and the list goes on. And you're probably thinking right now, but Sam, what does any of this have to do with digital products? Well, the thing is, the times that we're living in right now, when it comes to creating a digital product in the most simplistic way, the best way to do it is going to be to use some sort of AI tool. Whether that's going to be with ideation, maybe it's going to be for building the platform or even building the actual digital product itself. The main thing that we talk about on this channel is how you can integrate AI tools to help you when it comes to building a digital asset that you can put out there on the internet for people to use in whatever way they want to use them. So if there really is an AI bubble, the reason why this is important is because the times that we're living in, we should be seizing them, we should be using them to our own advantage, rather than waiting for something to happen, because if something does happen, it might make changes when it comes to the accessibility of a lot of these different AI tools. It might make them a lot more expensive. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, let's look at OpenAI's ChatGPT, the tool that millions of people use every single day. Yes, they generate revenue with their paid subscriptions and all of their different plans, but behind the scenes, ChatGPT is extremely expensive when it comes to running it. Every single time that we enter a prompt, there's always a huge computing cost that's going to be involved, from advanced GPU chips to data centers, servers, the power, maintenance, the team, and ongoing research. And because so many people use ChatGPT for free, the economics don't really balance out at the time of me making this video. Many reports show that ChatGPT is spending far more than they're bringing in. And the important takeaway is the fact that these different AI companies are able to give us affordable or even free access right now, mainly because they're backed by huge investing funds. And the goal today is to grow their users, even if it means that profitability is going to come later on. And it's not just ChatGPT that this is happening with. There's so many other AI tools. For example, there's this one that I use on a regular basis, many of my students are using, and it can help you when it comes to producing a fully written, fully designed ebook in a matter of seconds, as well as various different info products as well. And I don't know the economics on the back end of this company, but the fact that you can sign up for free, start using it with no watermarks, no restrictions. There is going to be some paid plans that you can sign up to when it comes to generating a bigger or longer info product. But the fact that you can use it for free shows that they are potentially losing money on the back end. And this circles back to my original point that if there is an AI bubble, we're living in a time right now where we should be taking advantage. And if you're someone that has had dreams about building a digital product and putting it out there, e.g. an ebook, waiting until an AI bubble happens doesn't really make sense, because tools like this may not exist, or maybe it's going to be a lot harder or a lot more expensive for you to use them. Because one thing that amazes me is the way that all of these different free AI tools work. Because I've just logged into my account over here. I'm going to click on generate. And let's say if I wanted to create a low ticket info product about a particular topic, All you need to do is just enter a simple prompt like this. You don't need to have a full script. You don't need to have all the details. Let's say if I wanted to educate people on how they could move from the UK to Dubai, completely random, but I'm just going to quickly show you how all of these different AI tools work and how efficient they are. So I'm going to click on generate outline, and straight away, as we can see, it's now come back with every single module, every single slide that's going to go into this low ticket digital product. From here, I'm going to be able to select the theme. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to say that I want it to be detailed, and I'm going to say that I want it to have AI images, and then I'm going to click on generate. And just like that, as we can see, it's now writing out the entire info product word for word right before our very eyes. Imagine how expensive this is for them on the back end to do this. And the fact that you can do it for completely free means that we're living in an opportunity right now where we should be taking advantage of this. I'm not saying that there is an AI bubble and it's going to burst, but all of the research, all of the information, the data, the graphics, the images have been done purely using AI. And even when it comes to building a website, for me to make this info product that I just built available, this is something that I can do using AI as well. There's this AI website builder. I'm just going to quickly show you how it works. And I'm going to tie all of this in together when it comes to the whole AI bubble, whether it's true, whether it's not, whether you need to be worried about it. But let me quickly show you how powerful AI is and how cheap it is at the time of me making this video. So if I wanted to build a entire site fully functional, I can come onto Hostinger just like this. I'm going to call the brand name, I don't know, let's call it Expat Guide. And I'm just going to type in this prompt that says, this website has one main purpose: to offer a low ticket info product to help people move from the UK to Dubai. Keep the website simple, clean and modern. Again, a simple one-line prompt. And then all I need to do is just click on create a website. And straight away, as you guys can see, Hostinger is now going through everything. They're picking the right colors based on what I entered, the right font, designing the layout, and literally within about 10 seconds, it was able to come back with this website. And of course, there is going to be some changes that you might need to make to it. Let me just quickly change this section because this doesn't really relate to Dubai. So I'm just going to put something random. Let's put this one over here. Yeah, and just like that, as you can see, it was able to build a fully functional site straight away. And for you to do this yourself using Hostinger, it's not going to cost too much whatsoever. Now, I don't know if an AI bubble is going to happen. I don't know if a company like Hostinger is going to be affected or not. But all I do know is that the times that we're living in right now is super simple. All I know is that there's all of these different articles talking about an AI bubble that's going to happen. And whether it's going to affect digital products or not, whether it's going to affect the ability to build websites using AI or not, is something that I can't say. But one thing that I can say is that if something was to happen, things became expensive, things wasn't available no more, it was more difficult to access it, that's going to be the point where you're going to regret not doing things at this moment. And the reason why I talk a lot about AI when it comes to the world of digital products is because it's a market that's only going to grow. Now, I came across this chart earlier today, and as we can see, by 2030, the market is going to steadily grow year after year when it comes to the digital media market size. And the reason why this is important is because digital products aren't something that's just temporary when it comes to this moment. It's a long-term shift in how people are going to consume information. And even though I mentioned earlier that some of these different AI tools might change in the future or even become restricted or more expensive, I personally don't think that this so-called AI bubble is going to ruin anything. If anything, I think it might be the opposite. I believe that we're still in the beginning stages and this whole space is going to continue growing and expanding as more people start using AI tools to create, learn and build online. But with that being said, I also know that there's a lot of people that feel genuinely intimidated by all of this. I speak to people all the time, various different students, viewers of this channel, all of my content, that feel a little bit overwhelmed when it comes to knowing how to use AI as a complete beginner. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to understand how AI works behind the scenes. You just need to take baby steps in the right direction, especially if you're someone that's thinking about building your first official digital product. And to make things a little bit more simple for beginners, I created this completely free Google Gemini prompt builder that's going to take you through various different multiple choice questions. I believe around 7, maybe 6. I've shown this on my channel before, but Google Gemini has had a big update in the way that it works. And I just want to quickly showcase it to you because this is also going to show the potential and the power of how AI has been advancing. So we're going to go through this multiple choice quiz together. Question 1 is, what type of digital product are you most interested in creating? Let's go with ebook in this case. Click on next. What's your skill level? I'm going to say beginner, even though for me, I would click advanced, but most of you are probably going to be beginners. So let's go with this one. Why do you want to make a digital product? Let's go with A. What type of niche do you have knowledge in? I'm going to select social media and content creation today. How do you want to make your digital product available? I'm going to say on my own website. What color scheme do I want to go with? Professional and clean as always. And how do you plan to promote your digital product? I'm going to go with SEO blog articles just as an example today, and I'm going to click on submit. And what you can see on the screen right now is a prompt that you're going to be able to copy just like this all the way down to the bottom. And then from there, you're going to go over to Google Gemini. As I've already said, Google has made a massive update in the way that Gemini works. You know, Gemini 3.0 is out if you didn't know. So this is a very simple way that you can use AI if you're completely new to all of this. I'm just going to paste the entire prompt in there just like this. From there, just click on tools, click on canvas, and then click on submit. And as we can see, Gemini is doing most of the work. It's writing out the entire script. It's, writing out the entire code. So this is something that you don't need to do yourself. Of course, the beauty of using AI, you don't need to learn how to do a lot of these advanced things. I'm going to wait for it to complete, and then once it's done, I'm going to show you exactly what it was able to come back with, and you're going to understand the potential of AI when it comes to the world of digital products. Okay guys, I'm back and it seems to have completed. So if I want to view it properly, I'm just going to click on preview, and this is the launch pad when it comes to all of the answers that I selected in my quiz. So if I just make it full screen, I just want to give you guys a better look. But as we can see, Gemini has been able to create an interactive step-by-step blueprint when it comes to all of the answers that I selected, the ebook, how I want to sell it, the niche, and everything like that. This is a summary of everything right here. And all of this is just a nice way for you to get introduced to AI if you're new to it. Because as we can see here, we got the search data for my chosen niche. I've also got this estimator calculator based on the monthly traffic that I'm hopefully going to get. I've got a full plan, all of the different product ideas, all of the different prompts that I need when it comes to building out the ebook, using Gamma, similar to what I showed you before, as well as building your website using Hostinger. And it's also come back with a marketing strategy as well. So if you want to gain access to that quiz for you to also build your custom plan using Gemini, I'm going to leave it top link in the description down below. But just to close this video out, I don't believe that there's a real AI bubble that's going to cause any real significant issues, mainly when it comes to digital products. And if it was going to, right now is the best time for you to take advantage of it. I've got many more videos coming out over the next couple days, couple weeks, just to give you clarity when it comes to allowing you to take the right steps with building all of your different digital products. So be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss those future videos. But in the meantime, if you want to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago, where I break down some other interesting ways that you can use Google Gemini with everything that we've spoken about today, you're going to be able to watch that by clicking the link right there. Check that out straight after this because that video has already helped out so many people. And I'm sure if you're able to watch it from start to finish, it's also going to help you out as well. But as always, guys, I'm going to catch you on that next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.